Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today we're going to be making Spaghetti Meatball Bake. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click the button down below. Well, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is we need to turn on our oven to 375 degrees. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn around the camera and show you up close how to make this delicious Spaghetti Meatball Bake. Thing, we need to take a bowl where it's shallow. In it, I have 1 cup of dried breadcrumbs. Now you can use homemade or you can use store-bought. These are actually homemade where I've kind of like grinded it up. And now we're going to go ahead and push those breadcrumbs aside, and now we're going to take a large bowl. I have put 3 large eggs into our bowl, and we are going to just lightly beat them with a fork. Now you need to take 1.5 cups of cooked spaghetti, which I have right here. I've actually chopped it up. It needs to be chopped. We're going to go ahead and put that in with the beaten eggs. Also, we'll put in 2 cloves of garlic minced. And then we'll go ahead and stir to combine. To this mixture, we are going to add in 2 teaspoons of dried basil, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and then 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And then we'll go ahead and stir those spices into our spaghetti mixture now. To this mixture, we need to add in 1/2 cup of dried breadcrumbs. And I'll go ahead and stir to combine. We're going to need to take 2 pounds of ground beef, and we're going to go ahead and add it into our spaghetti mixture over here. Now that we've got that ground beef mixed into the spaghetti mixture, we are going to go ahead and roll them into balls, about 1.5 inches. Once we get the balls, we are then going to go ahead and dip it into the breadcrumbs that I have here in that shallow bowl. And then when we get them in here, then we are going to go ahead and put them in a 13 by 9 by 2 inch baking dish that I have already greased with olive oil. And we're going to put it in there. I'll show you what I mean. This is what I'm talking about. I did make them a little bit larger. Now we need to go ahead and put that in a 375 degree oven, and we need to bake it for 15 to 20 minutes or until the meat is done. While the meatballs are in the oven, we're going to go ahead and work on the pasta sauce. Now we need to take 2 jars of pasta sauce, preferably one without meat, but all I have is the one with meat, so that is the one I'm going to use. And we're going to go ahead and put 2 24-ounce jars of pasta sauce into our large saucepan. Now we're going to turn on our heat to about medium heat, and we are going to cook the pasta sauce until it is bubbly. Now, it did talk about adding a whole bunch of spices and then some onion to it, but the ingredients on the back of the ragu that I'm using, it has several of the spices listed that they were talking about adding. Now, I will put it down in the description about if you're just using a plain pasta sauce and there's like no spices added, that you could add what I'll, list. But if you're using a sauce that already has spices, onion, and garlic in there, we don't need to double add it, because then that would be too much. So we'll go ahead and warm up this pasta sauce. It's been 20 minutes, and now we need to go ahead and take our pasta sauce here and pour it over our meatballs. Now we need to go ahead and put on 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. But I've got the cheese on top of the meatballs. We need to go ahead and put it back in the oven at 375 degrees and bake it for 15 to 20 minutes or until the cheese is melted. Then I will show you when it's done. The spaghetti meatball bake is all done. There's the spaghetti meatball bake up close. Doesn't that look good? I paired it with some garlic bread, homemade, and some green beans. I found the recipe in Taste of Home Favorites 25th Anniversary Cookbook. I will leave the recipe down below in the description. Well, thank you for watching. This was Karen with Living Our Dream homestead. I hope you have a good day.